Welcome back everybody, thanks for joining me. I was thinking of doing a live stream, but it's a bit late for me now, so I just want to have a quick recap of what's been going on and what's likely to continue to go on then with Bitcoin and the alts and everything. So obviously if you watch my channel, we have been waiting for this to happen. We've been waiting for it to happen since back here, so now it's actually happened, it's played out. I have closed my shorts, I'm all sold up now. I've made quite a nice amount of money on my margin account on both alts and Bitcoin. So now I'm sold up because my targets for these two here, which were more than met, and so it's all been sold. Now that doesn't mean that I don't expect a continuation. It's just that I want to be able to go to sleep. You see, so I'm not holding shorts with 25x leverage on. So I've sold up. So what do I think is going to happen here then, and where is our next targets? Considering all this time I've been saying that once we broke beneath here, we have this guy and this guy here before a bounce. So anything beneath here is kind of previous. I mean, I didn't expect it to happen this fast, but it's happened now. So let's chart this out together then, shall we? So we've broken beneath both of these moving averages, and there's no question now that if we hang around in this level here, these moving averages are going to start to bend down. And when you have moving averages such as the 200 exponential and the 200 simple curving down, that's a very bad sign. It's a sign of continuation. It could be the sign of a bear market. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, because we're only a few hours into this now. So let's have a look at some realistic targets of where we're looking to bounce from. Okay. So the first target I would probably say would be this area, which we've already met actually. If I stretch this out, yeah, we're kind of within that area. That is the 6,000. Sorry, not 6,000. Getting ahead of myself there. 8,042 to 7,620. This is going to be our bouncing area, which we've already bounced from already. You can see that, and our candle is now resting on the 200 simple, which is fine, because I mean, like I said, I didn't expect this to happen today. I thought, but in retrospect, you know, it could have happened any minute. But let's just be grateful that things are playing out, so we can start to map things out. So, first target broken, which was this blue box, smashed right through it. Second target, which was this exponential, broken, smashed right through it. And then the third target was the simple, and it smashed right through it. Now we are riding on it now. We're kind of resting here on this exponential, which will be moving up still. The simple will still be moving up. The exponential is most likely going to start to bend down now, which will generally mean a bit of a continuation of this move, this trend. So we've got this blue box area now. We've got we'll call it 7,600. Is our lowest level before we break that. Now, if that breaks, and if it and it might break, it could easily break. We do have some other areas down here. We've got this little piece of area here, which is 7,200 to 7,000. And that might cause a bit of a bounce. But to be honest with you, that's relatively weak. If this one breaks to beneath 7,500, this one is almost certainly going to break as well. And then really we're talking about coming down into the 6,000s. And I'll show you on the weekly. It makes a little more sense because the weekly's looking pretty bad now. So on the weekly, what we've got is so we've got this blue box here, and you can see we've got the green 50 exponential on the weekly that we're actually all pretty much bouncing from. The wick went beneath it. That's where we started our bounce. Now that is going to start to bend down now as well. So the next level, other than this, like I say, this weak area here of 7,000 to 7,200, if that breaks, then we're down to the red cloud here and the 50 simple, which is going to take us to around about 6,600. That should be it over with at that point, to be honest with you. And that area there, that's going to continue into towards the end of mid-October. So we've got over a month of that area being a relatively good support now. But doesn't mean that it can't break, but it would be pretty difficult for it to get below that area. But obviously it can do. Then what would happen if we do start to sink into this area? It would be a very, very sort of dodgy and dangerous time, and I probably wouldn't be looking to perhaps maybe even accumulate anything at this level, because, well, it's just a bit of a dangerous territory. All of this area here is going to be very tempting to buy at, but the fact that we'll be in it might mean that we break beneath it, and the bottom level of it being 4,600. If we break beneath it, then it's a free fall, and we could easily be coming back down to where we were when we started at the beginning of the year, of 3,200 or lower. So I don't want to scare anybody. Obviously, it's a bit of a scary time for those who are hodling. But you know, it is what it is. This is the name of the game. You win some, you lose some. And you know, if you do margin trading and you watch my videos and stuff, then we've all been waiting for this to happen. So hopefully you will have got in there on your shorts and made some money. If you haven't, then don't worry. You know, there's still always more money to be made. But at the moment, we're resting in an area where we could have a reversal. And what I should say is that every single one of these levels here, this level here that we're on right now, this level here, within this level here, each one of these on the way down has the opportunity to spark a complete reversal. And sometimes it's worth just buying, you know, with an extremely steep, you know, tight stop loss, for instance, along on these, because there is a chance that every time you buy on one of these, you've caught the bottom. And if you could imagine catching the bottom on Bitcoin, you know, in a bull market, you know, you know, do the maths, you'd be pretty happy with yourself. But for the moment, it's we're gonna have to wait to see how this closes on the daily. We've got a few hours left on the daily, and we'll see how this one works out. So all I'm going to say now is one last thing, which is going to sound pretty depressing, but it's not the end of the month yet, but it might be the end of the month. You know, it's coming soon, and the end of the month will be just over a week away. Just a little tidbit for you. Bitcoin has never had 3 months in a row in the red in a bull market. So just bear that one in mind. Never in the history of Bitcoin has it ever had 3 months in the red in a bull market. It's had them in a bear market, but never in a bull market. So just bear that one in mind, okay? So we're going to have to see how this could spark a reversal at any point. We've got over a week left for it to turn this into a green candle, but if it doesn't turn into a green candle, you know, history doesn't necessarily repeat itself, but it tends to. And you know, like I say, 3 months in a row would be the first time it's ever happened in the history of Bitcoin in what would be considered to be a bull market. And if you believe in the 4-year cycle, this is meant to be a bull market. So this would be an anomaly in Bitcoin's history if it actually does happen. Just because it's in the red now doesn't mean it's going to finish in the red. We've got a few months left. We've got just over a week left before it happens. So just bear that one in mind. Anyway, stay tuned for more. We'll see how this one plays out when the daily closes. And we'll have a good look at it tomorrow. Now, thanks for watching. Stay tuned.